moon her spirit, the stars her eyes, Aleo says, plucking a few strings of his instrument. Loga, the god of beauty and of things that happen in the night. The skald smiles. The gods may be dead, but my wife still prays to Loga. I'm thankful for her piety. The skald is not the only one smiling. A quick look around reveals grins throughout the caravan. I see why Arberrang has grown so quickly over the years, you say. The skald laughs. The truth spoken in front of Loga's stone is supposed to ripple through the night, either strengthening a lover's resolve or carrying away undesired affection. Aleo skips away to find his wife. In the shadow of Laga's godstone, Oddleif taps you on the shoulder. Incredible, isn't it? The godstone, or us making it to Arberrang? Both, I guess. Job well done, Rook. You deserve a reward. Do you have a reward in mind? A couple of ideas, yes. And how do I go about finding out what they are? You have to be absolutely sure you want to know. Are you absolutely sure? Her grin is telling. Absolutely. Good, but I can't really tell you here. No? Oddleif slowly shakes her head, her eyes never leaving yours. Well, let's look around for some place more suitable. Lead the way. Others see you smiling and watch the two of you disappear. People will talk, but who cares? So it looks like we're just gonna make it with enough supplies. But I may need to rest today.
We made it. But why are so many camped outside the walls? They must have seen the darkness approaching.
Wind ripples across tents, which multiply the closer you get to Arberrang. Dung litters the paths, and it is clearly not all from yachts. Rattling coughs mix with raucous laughter. Small fights break out for no apparent reason. Curious eyes grow wide as they spot the Varl and Horseborn. Mothers grab their children, men their weapons. Various clan banners snap and whip in the wind. You recognize the heraldry of Karlshus from Ilios Tales, and Strand's banner from previous talks with Uva. There are even a few Cragsman banners. By their muddy appearance, you also notice the division between each clan. There's no mixing or unity. I'll push ahead, Prince Luke says. My father will want to see me, and I'll be able to find out what exactly is going on here. Ursa and a few fighters escort him through the crowds, towards the walls. Old Atakan's people are here, you hear a woman from your caravan shout. I have to check on him. Others are finding familiar clans and kin as well, slowly drifting from your banner. Let's bring other banners to us. Bring them here. Bring Atakan and the others to us. Some of the folks around the fires look half-starved and gladly join, making their way towards the supply carts. Others pack their meager possessions and fall in line. Morale improved. Where the crowd is the most dense in volume and numbers, the caravan comes to a stop. Ahead you notice a sharp line where the tents and people stop. The ground beyond is pinned with arrows and not much else. A few hundred yards of empty space between these people and Arberrang's walls. What is this, you ask, confused by all you are taking in. That's the peaceful bit, an older fighter says, near you. He looks the type who has seen enough to lack enthusiasm for much of anything. The king's men can't kill us from the walls, and we can't kill them from here. But what caused the fighting, you ask? The man smiles, his face unaccustomed to the action. Come on, Sunderslayer, he says. It's the same damn thing that causes every fight. They got something we want. The king's got food and protective walls. We're starving with our asses facing that rolling darkness. His words deal you a heavy blow. So Arberrang's at war. The man laughs a wicked laugh. That's putting it lightly, he says. From what I can tell, this is the rest of our kind. You brought the last of the Varl and even dragged in some worthless Horseborn. This fight's for survival. Winners live, losers gone forever. His laugh turns into hysteria, and you leave unsettled. The Yaks are tended and tents aligned as best as possible. Some are repairing their armors, others look anxious to talk to various clans. The Varl King's eyes scan the field as he approaches. I want to know what's going on here as much as you, he says. But we better find a way to defend our gear and supplies. These other clans could form a mob if they discover we have food. Seeing the hungry eyes all around you, you agree. You've got an issue, Ablik says. I don't know why, but the other clans don't like the Horseborn, or the Varl for that matter. They're starting trouble, and I'm going to stop it. Okay. Let's join Hakon in establishing defenses. You post a few guards before assembling a team to help you find wood for stake walls. The work is hard, even with the help of Hakon and a few other Varl. When the wood is cut and hauled back, Hakon turns to you. We do the heavy lifting, you tell us where to build it. You instruct a few others to oversee your plans for rough defensive structures. The mood has changed since you started working. Another clan attacked us and we lost some people, the fighter says. They said we're wrong for bringing the Varl and Horseborn along. You feel their accusing stares, but say nothing. As soon as you find a stump on which to sit, you look up to see Ruga approaching. The former governor is backed by nearly 50 fighters as he walks towards your camp. Everyone watches out of curiosity more than concern. I've discovered what these battle lines are all about, Ruga says. The king's shut his people out. These clans are here to see that he feeds and protects his people as he is supposed to, and they've chosen me to lead that cause. The tent flaps close, leaving you and Ruga alone. Both armed. No need to mince words now, is there? I know you want to kill me. Only when I think about how you betrayed us. And let's be clear, if either of us leaves this tent without the other, the fields around us will turn red. Then say what you came to say before I do something stupid. Ruga snorts his amusement. I wasn't making that stuff up outside about the king. He really has shut us all out. It started a few months ago, when he started stockpiling food and slowing trade. Once the wealthy families were all pulled inside the walls, he shut the gates. The only thing he said is that he can't feed everyone, and his archers fire on anyone who gets close. You watch Ruga closely while deciding what to say. So you plan to break down his walls? That's the last thing I want to do. We need those walls to stop the dredge, and whatever else is coming behind them. But if we have to destroy them, we will. Maybe the menders inside can repair any damage. There might be ways past these first few walls. But the black wall, the governor just shakes his head. Why should I believe you at all? Because you see all these people gathered? Do you think they're out here for fun? No, but I doubt the king just wants to be an ass. If you're the king and your people are starving at your gates, do you let them in or you keep them out? Don't answer. We both know you let them in, unless you knew something you weren't telling them. Either way, the people have a right to an answer, or the food they sent him, and Arberrang's protection. I think you'd agree the food and walls belong to the kingdom, not the king. So this war is unavoidable? Probably. I officially meet with the king in a few hours to either come to an agreement or pull our banners from his. I won't be surprised if you're invited too, the mighty Sunder Slayer in arm. If so, make your decisions carefully. His tone is not exactly threatening. Exactly. You move to the tent flaps and both of you open them simultaneously, so that no fight breaks out. Okay. The former cragsman is trying to lure something out of a hole with a small piece of dried meat on a string. He leaves it dangling by his side while standing to talk. It looks like you're keeping busy. I'm playing fox and hare with a vole. Do you think foxes ever played Trigby and vole? No. Trigby looks disappointed. Do you have any ideas on how to keep two groups from killing each other? Any powders or relics or crazy schemes? He reaches into his tunic and grabs something, pauses, releases whatever it is, and shakes his head. People kill each other every day. Just enjoy the show. But if it comes to war, I don't think either side will leave us out of it. Trigby thinks about what you were saying, tapping a fingernail against his teeth. He looks at his finger, sneers, and spits. Killing kings requires a lot of lives. It's just as easy to kill clansmen instead. Either way, some will praise you, and others will throw dung at your face. Or, you could collect all that dung in a giant hill, stand on top of it, and be your own king. As you watch him crouch back down to the hole, you wonder what possessed you to speak to him in the first place. Skahatch and Deirdre pace nervously, keeping their distance from humans, Varl, and Horseborn. Rorich patrols around the two, a short distance away, nodding to you briefly. Is everything okay? Many mans, more than we know live. You stop to look around at the thousands of tents in the fields, and hundreds of homes beyond the capital's walls. I'm from a small village. I'm not used to seeing so many people either. Maybe. A herd too big. So many mouths hungry. If some dead, more easy to feed her. Skatch stomps the ground and says a few shrill notes to Deirdre before turning to you. Deirdre forgets we are not of same thinking with mans. If you think big herd is right, we will think big herd is right. But what do you think is right, Skahatch? The male horseborn looks up at Arberrang for a few moments while swishing his tail in thought. I think big herd kick each other in small fields. He points to Arberrang, small fields behind walls. You thank them for talking and offer them a few calming words before departing. The skald is tying a dyed strip of cloth into his daughter's hair. He sends her off to play as you near. We've all come all this way for war. With luck, I might change their minds. And be the reed that would stop the wind. You've got a lyric for every moment, don't you? Of course, plenty before us have been in similar situations and written about it. We only think our lives are unique. And if peace is not an option, is there a skald song for that? Plenty, but I'll tell you what I do. Save the families who can't save themselves. I can't imagine if my wife and children were left out here, like they don't deserve the same protection as others. How those words flood your thoughts as you walk away. So before you head towards the large tent, Oddleaf stops you. Are you certain you're ready for what could happen out there? Her worried look is infectious. The king may be a decent man, but I doubt he's kept his throne by always following the rules. Prepared for whatever the king and clans decide. I'm glad to hear the confidence in your voice, Oddleaf says. Just be careful. I'll be back here with the rest of the clan if you need me. You smile and make your way past the line of clansmen, marking the boundary of the peaceful bit. The voices coming from under the tent are loud and animated. Best we could. You've done well. I never thought I'd see my son again. Well, we've all had easier journeys. The king's cheerful mood lessens. He's about to say something when he sees you approaching. Who is this? Well met, King Maenoth. I'm Rook from Skoger. Ludin steps forward. Father, this is the Sunder Slayer I told you about. King Maenoth nods, but is staring at Hakon from under heavy brows. It pains me to hear you've lost so many of your hardy warriors, Hakon. But tell me, where's Jorundur Kender? Wagner. Wagner died protecting your son. I was Wagner's Kender. With Jorun's death at Einarford, I'm king of the few remaining Varl. The king says nothing, contemplating the news. Your walls are the last hope for my people. No sense in denying it. I understand, and of course, you'll have refuge here. The least I can do for bringing my son back alive. It'll be tight, but I'm sure we can find a place for you. King Maenoth, Rook here is just as much responsible for the prince's safe return. He has quite a few clansmen. Careful, Varl King. This is the human capital, and my generosity is already stretched thin. Hakon looks at you and shrugs. Tell me, Rook, what makes you better than the hundreds of other chieftains out here? Men whose great deeds I've heard of, no less. Well, I am a Sunder Slayer. That's right, I have heard about this, but Ludin made it seem like your daughter actually did the work there. You say nothing. But even if Bellarur was real, and you were the one to defeat him, what does one victory actually amount to? The Sunder was real. The Varl lives lost at Grafheim and Einarford can vouch for him. And my victories have continued with every clansman's life I've saved on my way here. Well said. The results of daily tasks are more than any outcome on the battlefield. Only now do you see Ruga and 24 fighters approaching. The king's guard look concerned. Did the Sunder Slayer convince you to open your gates to your people? You will never enter my gates again. I'd hoped you died in Bosgard. How's it come to speak for all these clans? The people you've turned your back on, seems they needed a leader they could trust. Again, how have you come to speak for them? Did you fool them like the people of that rotten town you govern? The only fool here is the outnumbered king, believing he still has a say in what happens now. Don't make us breach your walls. We'll just have to repair them once we're inside. I doubt either of you will be in charge of anything when that darkness washes over us. I've got the Valka and Menders seeing to that inside. They'll come up with something. And even if they fail, I'll still be able to watch this bastard fall to that darkness from my walls. There's the true heart of the Mainoff I know. Rook, look at your people out there. Our people. They need food and clean water, not that poison in the river. They need protection. We cannot allow this king to keep us from safety after all this way. He doesn't have to. I'll find a place for the people under your banner, Rook. A place inside the walls, alongside the Varl. A place the Spawn Man will never be allowed again. That's enough. Both of you are bickering like children instead of leaders. And you, Giant, joining this king after all we did to keep your people alive. Traitor. Hakon growls and flexes his grip on his axe. All parties look angry and tense, and then they look at you. My banner, my people, are my only concern. Good, I'm granting you and your people, even those horseborn, into my walls, but move quickly. You still don't know how to play the game, Rook. Ruka blows 3 quick bursts into a war horn. You look back and see a fight breaking out along the defenses you built. Humans of Varl defending your camp. You hear Ruga swearing at his failed ambush. Without warning, Ruga pulls his cloak-pin dagger and lunges at King Mainoff, who shifts slightly, the blade only piercing his side. Before anyone can react, Ruga slinks behind his fighters, who are charging you, Hakon, and King Mainoff. Everyone to the walls, you shout. Protect the king and the Varl. Hakon nods his appreciation, just before the clamor of war envelops you both. There she is. Okay. So I think we're going to go ahead with this anyway. We're all geared up. Let's do it. Okay, so what do we have here? Everyone's either 12 or 14. We have a couple axe throwers who are very dangerous to Nid at the moment. So we can use the big bodies to block these choke points here, kill off these two, and then keep our archer safe in the back. And Eggo will come back around and hold this side from the backbiter. Hopefully this guy doesn't go first, that's all we can say. Perfect. Oh shit, not perfect. This one might still be in range. Alright, enough of that. bring the paint here. This guy might be a pain. I think we really need to start weakening these axe guys. Putting Rook in line of fire, but we need to try to slow these guys down. Well, hopefully he goes after Leo. We'll give him something to shoot at. If you crit this guy, he dies. Shit, I forgot he had his stone wall up. First is going down. Okay, real bad. $13. This is a 12. Alright, I'm just gonna weaken this guy. Use Aleo to push this guy's turn to later with his insult. This guy's gonna do a bunch of damage, but we'll deal with that later. He's gonna go next. We cannot have him. So insult him, push him to the end of the turn. Okay. You're next. And you. I'm wondering if right now he is in range of Aleo. Because I could throw down an arrow right here. Screw it. I'm just gonna weaken this guy. Maybe I'll crit. I mean, pretty much, yeah. Okay, we got lucky. So this guy's coming next. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Either way, he can get to knit if he wants to. Okay. Things are getting a bit better. Still have a 12 and a 14 out there, though. Aleo can still do some damage. We got this unit pretty well surrounded. We don't have any willpower. Shit. Because we could have done a Mark Prey and got 3 people to attack this guy. So that's a problem. Backbiter's up next. Except you can only really get to Aleo. I'm gonna hit this guy. Hope for the crit. Let's do a 50% crit, so like, missed twice, it was due. Let's go here, bring this guy down to 1. So now we're just going to focus this guy down. We still have 2 threats. Basically this 10 and this 12. So Nid's going to go next. So we're going to clear the way for her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't want to kill this guy and let this guy come through. So we'll just do stone wall for now. That's all we can do. That might hurt us. Binded. Wow, good dodge, but not really what I wanted. Who goes next? You? Didn't need to use it, got the crit anyway, but get rid of this. This 3 times, please. So it didn't go down, which is surprising.